Happy Tuesday. These are your local first headlines from York County's news desk. Later this week, we'll get a bit of rain, not a ton, and certainly not enough to get us out of the drought, which has labeled York County a disaster area. No kidding. The Maine Emergency Management Agency announced yesterday that 10 of the 16 state counties are now disaster areas. But what it does is allow the USDA and Farm Service Agency to extend emergency credit to producers recovering from natural disasters through emergency loans. Primary counties eligible under the first drought disaster are Androscoggin, Cumberland, Franklin, Kennebec, Oxford, and Somerset. Contiguous counties also eligible for emergency loans include Aroostook, Lincoln, Penobscot, Piscataqua, Saginaw, Waldo, and us here in York, as well as Carroll and Coos counties in New Hampshire. Now for your Tuesday pro tip. If you've been skirting the law on some potentially big charges and making poor life decisions lately, I wouldn't suggest illegally attaching license plates. You see, that is what actually might get you pulled in. A Waterboro man has been arrested after police say they found meth and fentanyl during a traffic stop at Alfred. This all went down on Sunday afternoon. 34-year-old Jeffrey Hodgkins was pulled over by police, and they found that he had methamphetamine and fentanyl on it. But here's where it gets potentially more interesting. A request has been made to the district attorney's office to indict Hodgkins for illegally attaching false plates. Wasn't stated if that's what gave it away or only added to his troubles. But still, don't do that. Hodgkins was taken to the York County Jail where his bail was set for a very specific amount of $5,060. And we hear about this a lot. You retire. You know, the thing that you've looked forward to the most in life. You've arrived. Yes, retired. And 2 weeks later, this stinks. You're bored. Well, check out this inspiration. The world's oldest bus driver is 95 years old. Raymond Hager has been driving buses in Wichita Falls, Texas for 30 years and counting. So do the math here. The most remarkable part of his streak is that he didn't start driving until he was age 65. And being 95 years old, well, that got the attention of the Guinness Book of World Records, and they are certainly impressed. Earlier this year, he ended up in their record book. He said he once planned to retire at 95, but then decided to keep going as long as he's able. Because, you know what? He retired once, and it stunk. You think he's going to tempt that fate again? Probably not. 95, driving school buses and loving life. You gotta love a story like that. And that is what's trending. Let's check sports.
York County's morning show.